obviously Chad is getting a lot of credit for stepping in on short notice, but you're also, taking an entirely different stylistic fight on short notice. Just want to ask about your mindset and the decision process. How much of the 2,400, 2,500 Irish fans flying over here coming to fight, how much did that factor into your decision to take a completely different fight?
My mind is absolutely bulletproof, solid as a rock. I am number one. So if you are number one, who gives a shit if number two steps out in place of number three? At the end of the day, I'm number one. So it makes no difference who is standing across the octagon from me. I will win. And of course, as you said, the fans that have come over here, to make the trip from my home city to here to Las Vegas is a once-in-a-lifetime trip for a lot of people. It takes a lot of sacrifice and a lot of saving up. So, of course, I was going to show up and compete regardless of who was across from me. That's why I was willing to take the 155-pound fight, the 170-pound fight. Whatever fight was available, I was going to take a fight. So I am happy to be here, and I am happy to be representing my country on this stage. I am happy to be giving the UFC a $7.1 million gate because it is me who has given them this gate, nobody else. Realistically, Dave here shouldn't even be up here. I should be on that podium. I should be standing right there. That should be my spot, and Dave, maybe you should say here, because it's me who's at the bringing all this. $7.1 million gate, highest numbers every time. We have superstars singing us into the octagon. Who do you think got that? Me.
Conor, just how proud are you to be looking out at this crowd right now? Predominantly Irish fans supporting you. I believe there's going to be probably 10,000 or more coming over and filling Vegas for fight night. How proud does that make you as an Irishman?
I am extremely proud of where I come from, and I am extremely proud that I'm representing my nation on this stage. I am extremely proud that my nation are running the fight game. You know what I mean? That fills me with pride. And when, again, tomorrow at the weigh-ins, when 10,000 fans fill the arena for the weigh-ins and make it the most attended weigh-ins in UFC history as well, all of these accolades fill me with pride. So I'm looking to go in there and represent my nation and fight with pride. And I'm going to kill this man across from me. He's a little 5'2" twerp. He should have kept his mouth shut. And I'm going to slap the face off him, and that's it.
Dennis Seaver in Boston. It's pretty much been a foregone conclusion that you were going to fight around the summertime, and we all thought it was going to be Aldo. You did this unbelievable world tour. I mean, I would guess you've done more media leading up to a fight than any other UFC fighter. It would have been you and Aldo, but unfortunately he's not here. At this point, after all that media, the world tour and everything, do you almost feel like a caged animal, like you're about to finally get to do what you're here to do?
I'm waiting patiently to pull the trigger. So we've done a lot of build-up into this. Like I said, I built this event. This is the McGregor show, make no mistake about it. So when I go inside that octagon, I'm going to pull the trigger and eliminate my opponent, and I'm going to enjoy every damn second of it.
Do you think that this fight would have generated $7.1 million if it was you versus Mendes from the get-go? Or was a lot of that because it was the Aldo fight, the title fight?
Yeah, I feel it would. I feel with the roll-off of the Seaver fight, with the record-breaking numbers in the Seaver fight, it was continuing to grow. It does not matter who's in front of me. If it was somebody other, if it was Frankie, it would still roll through. If it was Nate, it would still roll through. Whoever they have, as long as it's me on the other side. Let's say I pull out. And it's Jose and Chad up here. The gate easily. Chad's last gate was $545,607. That's less than my show money. It's absolutely embarrassing. So as long as I'm here, the numbers remain.
And one last one for you, Conor. Always enjoy asking what you foresee in the future. And since they're without a main event as of right now for September 5th back here in Las Vegas, and I know you want to fight in Dublin, how do you foresee the second half of 2015 if everything goes your way on Saturday?
If Jose comes back from his little jog he's had going on, maybe we can do it. But I don't think he's coming back. But we will see. I mean, there's no coming back from what he went through. He got annihilated all through the build-up, and mentally broken, and then he became physically broken. So who knows what's around the corner? But you cannot bring the show into Dublin, the show that I built in my home city, and not have me a part of it. So I don't care if it's in front of 60,000, 70,000 in Croke Park, or it's in front of 9,500 in the O2. I still will be on that show.
Okay, and then one for Chad. Yesterday, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Chad? Yeah. Yesterday, Conor was talking about some tweets that you sent to Jose Aldo, and he said
Pussy move, yeah? That was a pussy move, little
You're
coward.
a pussy, dude.
Trying to be friendly. You're
You.
trying to be little friends with him. Oh, please, can I have your fans? It's a bitch move, yeah?
It's respect,
It's what a man
bro.
does
It's
when he's
respect.
close to
Something
death.
you know nothing
when
about
a man is close
at
to
all.
death, that's what
It's
he does. He
respect
looks
as
to
a fellow
punch up.
athlete.
When a man is close
God,
to
I
death, that's
can't
what he
wait
looks to
destroy
do.
this, dude.
He
Keep
looks to
talking,
buddy
bro.
up.
Keep talking.
Looks to buddy
I can't even understand what you're saying.
Well, my question was, why did you send those tweets? What made you do that?
It's about respect. I knew that there was going to be a ton of Brazilian fans here. These guys want to see me destroy this dude, and I'm going to do it.
Ron, go ahead.
Hey guys, Ron Kruk with Inside MMA on Access TV. Let's start with Conor. Conor, there have been some reports that you are dropping as much as 27 pounds, maybe 20 pounds to hit the target mark at the weigh-ins. Is that accurate? And if so, is that a normal weight cut for you?
I do not mess around with this game. I take this game very, very seriously. It's the reason why I have been out here living in the desert heat the last 12 weeks with a 20-strong team that I have grew up with, that I have came up in the game with. I don't mess around with this game. My weight is on point. I will be 145 like I am every single time, and I will be an absolute monster inside that octagon. You know, he's too small. He's too small. It's as simple as that. The
You're
power
looking pretty
to go
scrawny,
along
bro.
with the precision
You
will
look skinny.
absolutely demolish
You're
him.
cutting too much weight.
He has a few scrambles in him, and then he will break. Then I'm going to pick him
Never.
apart.
In the past that you're going to butcher this guy. Explain that to me.
Yeah, his facial structure will be rearranged after the fight. He has, you know, you talk about his entries into the exchanges, but really he has only been semi-successful against really, really low par grapplers on the feet. Other than that, he has looked very, very, very basic. He backs up. He is a novice in my eyes. I look at him as a novice. He throws an overhand right. He looks at the floor, closes his eyes, and hopes for the best. This is day one beginner stuff where I come from. So he will find out the range and the difference in skill level when we face and when we collide.
Richard Hunter, CBS Radio. Question for Conor McGregor. Conor, you brought your whole camp in over from Ireland. We know you've been here for quite a while now. Can you tell us, was there any change from the day that you thought Jose Aldo was your opponent to the first day that you knew Chad Mendes was going to be the opponent inside the camp? Were there any changes made whatsoever?
Not one bit. I had my full team out here already. The ship was sailing smoothly. My coach came in. It was maybe 1 p.m. I was still asleep, and he came into the room and woke me up and says, "Hey, Conor, it looks like Jose's out. It's going to be Mendes." I opened one eye. I said, "They are all the same." I closed my eyes. I went back to sleep, and that was that. It makes no difference.
I have power. I can put people to sleep on their feet. I can take you down and beat a hole in your face, and I can submit you. What else can he do?
And Conor, what would your response to that be?
He will do absolutely none of those things. Not one little bit of a thing. He's a rookie. He's a novice in my eyes. He's a white belt on the mat. He has no. In the grappling exchanges, he will learn as well, and then panic will set in, and then he will cower like a little girl and begin his run. But I will catch him.
And the last
Perfect.
question.
Keep thinking that, dude. Keep thinking that.
The last question for you, Conor. Can you describe the significance of this fight for your country?
It's a monumental occasion for myself, my team, who have been with me since day one, my country. We are running the fight game now. You know what I mean? The Fighting Irish is back, so it's a historic moment.
Conor, question for you. What's the significance? How did it come together to have Sinead O'Connor here? Was it simply that you two was unavailable? Have you always been a fan of hers? Is she a fan of yours? How did that come together?
I love Sinead O'Connor's. I love Sinead O'Connor. I'm a big fan of Sinead. She is a passionate woman. Her voice is. She has a beautiful voice, and it's eerily symbolic of war. So for as long as my career, I've been coming out to Sinead, and now we get to do it live. So it's going to be a phenomenal occasion. It's going to be a bear pit inside that MGM Grand. It's going to be 16,000 Irish strong. And he will face a bear inside that octagon. So I am extremely excited about this moment. I have built this, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to relish it and dominate.
Talking to a lot of your fellow countrymen, some have said that this is the biggest moment in Irish sports history since Italia 90, when the Republic of Ireland made that great run. I know you were just 2 years old when Italia 90 happened, but do you remember talking to people as you were growing up, like what that meant for the country, and did you ever think that I could be the guy to bring, the Republic of Ireland back on the world stage once again?
I remember the buzz at the time, yeah, but I always thought I was going to be the one to do this. If I did not think that, we would not be here. Every day myself and my coach, we said, we are going to change the face of the fight game. We are going to introduce the Irish public to true martial arts, to true fighting, and that's what we have done. And now we are on the world stage. Now the game is about to be wrapped up in a little bow. So it's a monumental occasion, and I'm extremely, extremely proud of it.
And this event is exactly 6 years since UFC 100 happened. And I'm wondering if you watched that event live and if you had those same dreams that, wow, I could be. I mean, this almost feels like the biggest one since, in some ways, for the July 4th weekend cards.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a dreamer. I always dream. I always visualize. So, of course, watching UFC 100 and seeing the magnitude of that event and the fact that we have surpassed that. I am 26 years of age, and I hold every record in the game. And on Saturday night, the pay-per-view record will be the final one. So it's been a phenomenal journey, and at the same time, I'm at 26 years of age. I am still young, and I already have every record. So I am only warming up here. We have seen nothing yet.
I think Chad's disrespectful of you, calling you one-dimensional.
No, not particularly. No, I think every athlete must have things that they go to believe in and to enter the contest. But he knows himself, and he will know that he is in over his head. It's as simple as that. The first exchange, he will know.
You want to answer that? Do you see holes that you want to tell us about in Chad's game?
I have been pretty vocal about Chad's game. I feel he is a novice on the feet. He swings the overhand, looks at the floor, closes his eyes, hopes for the best. Even his wrestling entries, I feel, are very... I don't see smoothness in the wrestling exchanges. It's more of a drive, a push. When I look at him compete and I look at him train, I see fatigue. I see inefficiency. And when that happens against me, you are in a lot of trouble.
This isn't fucking yoga. We're fighting, dude. It's going to be uncomfortable.
Have you trained differently knowing you're going to be fighting Conor?
What was that?
Have you trained differently knowing you're going to be fighting Conor?
I mean, we have guys on my team that are tall, long southpaws that can emulate this monkey over here. I've been ready for this fight since the first time I've seen him fight in the UFC. It's a guy I've been watching for a while, so we'll be ready.
He has been sweating me since I arrived in the promotion, as has the whole division.
I can't
As
understand
soon as I
you.
came on the scene, everybody started preparing to fight me because they knew the king is coming.
I can't understand you.
Mike Martinez from UFC.com. Conor, I just have one question for you. Normally these weigh-ins are held in smaller venues. Tomorrow it's going to be in the arena. What kind of Irish crowd do you expect there? And do you have anything planned for the stare down with Chad?
I don't plan nothing, not one thing, I enter everything formless and trust in my reaction and trust in my approach. But as far as what do I expect? I expect 10,000 screaming Irish fans inside that MGM for the weigh-ins that are gonna give me that lift. It's gonna be a phenomenal, phenomenal weekend for the Irish, for the UFC, and for myself. So I am looking forward to it. I'm gonna relish every moment of it. And that's it. I love this life.
After you plan on beating Mendes tomorrow, who do you want to fight next, Aldo or Edgar?
Aldo's a pussy. Simple as that. The Brazilians pride themselves on, manning up and fight. Usually the Brazilians show up and fight, battle through. If I was to jump under an X-ray machine, I'm sure a couple of little knocks and bruises would show up on me too. But I'm still here. So, it's the fight everyone wants. It's the fight we work towards. So, if he comes back from his jog, we will consider. But it will be on my terms. He will do as I say.
So, Paige, we're going to take those few folks there, then we're going to move up there and move over here, and we'll wrap it up, okay? So we'll take the last ones there.
Conor, as an Irish Canadian, I know that you're going to win knockout of the night. So do you see a fight of the night between Rory and Robbie? And who do you got there? Because I need to lay some money.
I feel I will take the knockout of the night most certainly. The Robbie and Rory fight, both very skilled mixed martial artists, veterans of the game. It was a razor close fight the last time. I think the championship rounds will be in effect here. I think it's going to be a back and forth fight all the way to the finish. I think whoever wants it more will take it. So it's going to be a phenomenal contest, and I look forward to watching it.
So you're going to let them have fight of the night then? You're going to let them have the fight of the night?
I don't really look for fight of the night because for me, fight of the night, the contest must be close. I dominate, so I take performance of the night.